A very good morning, dear student. Welcome back in today's science class. So, dear student, as you know that in a previous class, we start the new chapter, that is chapter 4th, fiber, fabrics and clothing. So, in that class or in that session, we will discuss about the different steps of how this yarn or the thread is formed from the different types of animal fibers. So in that mostly we discuss about the wool or a hairy animals from which we obtain a wool. So wool mostly you know that in Rajasthan, in Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh. So in India there are many states from where we obtain water. We obtained this wool, and this wool is different in various in the quality which is used for making the different type of materials like carpet, shawl, sweaters and other type of woolen clothes. So now in today's class, after that we also discussed in today's class about the other type of animal fiber, that is called what? Silk. So this silk, we are discussing about what? Silk. So silk is an important fiber from ancient time, because during the ancient time, the many people or rich peoples, or you can say that like king and a queen, and they use mostly what? The clothes made up of this silk. So mostly this is the silk is produced in China and Japan country. So now in today's class we are going to discuss more about the silk. So now you see everybody in your textbook, the page number 44, we are discussing about the silk. So now see, the silk is an important fabric. It is highly valued all over the world. Means ये एक काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट फैब्रिक है जो पूरे वर्ल्ड में इसकी काफ़ी वैल्यू है, डिमांड है, बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स सॉफ्टनेस एंड टेक्सचर्स एंड शाइनी अपीयरेंस. द लार्ज स्केल wearing of the silk worms in order to obtain the silk is known as sericulture. Sericulture means what? The sericulture means rearing of silkworm for the production of silk. So sericulture means the rearing of silkworm for the production of water. Production of silk on the large scale or on the commercial scale is known as what? Sericulture. So sericulture means एक साइंस ऐसा जहाँ पर हम क्या करते हैं, सिर्फ सिल्क वर्म्स को उसके रियरिंग से संबंधित क्या करते हैं, उसकी देखभाल करते हैं और सिल्क प्रोड्यूस करते हैं एक बड़े पैमाने पर. So that is called silk sericulture. In India, the good quality silk is produced in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Assam. So these are the states which are mostly associated with what? The production of silk in India. There are a variety of silk moths which look very different from one another, and the silk yarn they yield are different in texture. Means different qualities and different varieties के silk worms, silk moths होते हैं, from जिससे हम क्या करते हैं, different textures के different variety का silk produce करते हैं या silk हम प्राप्त करते हैं. For example, some are the silk or the moth which produce the coarseness or some are a smoothness and a shiny. So these are the basis on what are the different textures of a silk. The different types of the silk are discussed in the table. Everybody see in your textbook, page number 44, when the this table is given here. So here this is a very clearly mentioned the variety of silk and the state where they are produced. Means which type of variety of silk are produced in a which state of our country. So Malbari, it is mostly produced in Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Jammu and Kashmir. These states are associated with the productions of water, the silk of Malbari. Then the path that is from the Assam. Muga is a type of water, it's a quality of a silk. It is also extract or derived or stated or we produce this type of silk from Assam state. Then Indi or the Eri, sometimes it is Eri also known as Assam, Bihar, West Bengal and Odisha. These states are associated with this Indi or Eri. Then a Tushar or Tushaha or a Koshi type of silkworm. It is produced mostly in Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, this Maharashtra, West Bengal and Andhra Pradesh. Now, the most common silk moth is a Malbari moth. Everybody know that सबसे जो silk का सबसे common जो moth है, insect या worm है, वो है what that is a Malbari silk moth, जो Malbari के plant पर या tree पे क्या करता है, feed करता है, उस पर depend रहता है. The silk fiber from the cocoon of this moth is very soft, or the type of this silk is obtained from this Malbari moth. It's very soft, very shiny, बिल्कुल सॉफ्ट होता है, मुलायम होता है, काफ़ी चमकीला होता है, शाइनी वाला होता है. इसका जो टेक्सचर्स होता है काफ़ी लचरस एंड इलास्टिक्स एंड कैन बी हिल्ड इनटू द ब्यूटीफुल कलर्स. इलास्टिसिटी होती है उसमें, इसका टेक्सचर्स जो है वो लचरस शाइनी होता है, सॉफ्ट होता है बिल्कुल, और इसको वेरियस काइंड के कलर में अपना इसको यूज़ कर सकते हैं. सेरिकल्चर और द कल्चर्स ऑफ द सिल्कवर्म इज़ अ वेरी ओल्ड ऑक्यूपेशन. मीन्स ये कोई आज या नया जमाने का कोई ऑक्यूपेशंस या कोई व्यवसाय नहीं है, ये काफ़ी पुराने टाइम से प्रोफेशंस चला रहा है. ये जो है वो काफ़ी एशियन टाइम से ओल्ड ऑक्यूपेशंस है, जो इंडिया में भी लोग इसको काफ़ी पुराने समय से चलाते आ रहे हैं. और चाइना है, जापान है, ये भी कंट्री है. सो इन इंडिया प्रोड्यूस plenty of silk in commercial purpose or commercial scale. The silk fibers are also animal fiber. The silk fiber is also type of animal fiber. Means when we burn this silk, it also produce what the fiber, they smell like burning like a protein. So means this is also made up of what protein. So this is the animal fiber which is made up of what protein, which contain what protein in it. So they are made up of the protein, therefore the smell of the burning this silk will be somewhat like that of the burning of a hair of a wool. Just similar first chapter, first पार्ट में हमने जो डिस्कस किया था वूल के बारे में, कि वूल को भी अपन बर्न करते हैं, उसकी भी बर्निंग जब चलाते हैं उसको, सो इट ऑल्सो प्रोड्यूस स्मेल लाइक द बर्निंग ऑफ अ प्रोटीन. सो सेम थिंग हैपन विद दिस silk, because silk is also made up of water protein, or you can say that it is a animal protein, a fiber. Now next we are talking about the silkworm. Means what are the life stage of the silkworm, how is silk produced from the silkworms. Silkworms are the technically not a worms at all. Means technically इसको देखा जाता है ये कोई worm नहीं है, this is not a type of a worms. They are a stage of life cycle of this moth. तो ये silkworm एक this is the stage of a silk moth. This is it's not true actually the silkworm, but it's a life stage of a what this silk moth. They are caterpillars of the silkworm moths. और it is this stage पे अपन we obtain the silk this is at a caterpillar's stage. The silk threads are the harvested by the farmers and eventually they wound into the threads to make it beautiful. कि इससे क्या होता है कि the silk threads are harvested by the farmers जो उसको हार्वेस्टेड करते हैं और फिर उसको थ्रेड्स में गूंथ के उसके धागे बनाए जाते हैं और then it is woven into the different kinds of the fabrics. Before we discuss the process of obtaining silk, it is necessary to know the interesting life history of the silk moth. Silkworms eat a diet that mainly contains what? Mulberry leaves. कि जो silkworms की जो mainly जो उसका food है, that is mostly feed on what? Mulberry leaves. Most of the silk found in the world today is cultivated in the farms in the Japan, China and other far east countries where the evidence of the mulberry trees grow. And mostly the cultivations of the silkworms is mostly taking place in country where mostly what this mulberry leaves or mulberry trees grow. यानी कि ऐसे प्रदेशों में ऐसे कंट्रीज में मोस्टली जो है सिल्क प्रोडक्शन किया जाता है जहाँ पर mulberry ट्री ज़्यादा हो, है ना, mulberry प्लांट्स ज़्यादा हो, ट्री ज़्यादा ग्रो करते हो, वहाँ पर मोस्टली इनका कल्टिवेशन किया जाता है. जस्ट लाइक दिस जापान, चाइना एंड अदर ईस्ट कंट्रीज. There is a specially prepared diet that silkworms can eat because for making this soft and fine quality of silk, we need to give a special kind of diet to the silkworms. क्योंकि एक special kind की डाइट देंगे तभी वो जाके स्पेशल काइंड का क्या एक सिल्क प्रोड्यूस कर पाएगा. ओके, इट कंटेन्स द सेम कंटेंट्स ऑफ द न्यूट्रिशंस एज इन mulberry leaves. It is useful in raising the worms where the mulberry trees are not grown. And this special type of food or nutritions that we optionally given other than this mulberry leaves that helps or that raise the production of silk in other countries where this mulberry trees are not mostly grow. यानी ऐसे प्रदेशों में जहाँ पे ज़्यादा mulberry ट्रीज जो ग्रो नहीं करती है उन प्रदेशों में ये टेक्निक हेल्प करती है ताकि उसको एक्स्ट्रा एडिशनल अपन उसके जैसा खाना देके उसको प्रोडक्शन कर सकें. नाउ नेक्स्ट वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट द लाइफ हिस्ट्री ऑफ द सिल्क मोथ. Life history of silk moth. So now you see everybody in your textbook page number 45. So the life history is started from what? Egg. Okay, then this eggs are laid on the mulberry leaves. Then slowly these eggs are grown into the larval stage or larva stage. Then after this pupa stage. After this pupa stage and then it's developed and adult. So this is the life stage of what? Life stage of silkworms. So now we are going to discuss in detail. So everybody please open your textbook page number 45 and see there the topic life history of silk moths. The silkworms begins life as an egg, becomes a silkworm, a pupa and finally a moth. Means it initiates its life, the silk moth from the egg. So that egg then further develop into the pupa and pupa then this egg develop as a larva, then larva develop as a pupa and finally this pupa develop and grow as a adult silk moth. Eggs are laid in mulberry leaves by the female moth. After about the 10 days, the eggs hatch into the small worms or the caterpillars about a quarter inch long. कि जो भी फीमेल मॉथ होता है वो क्या करता है, मलबेरी का जो पेड़ होता है उसके लीव्स पे एग देता है, अंडे देता है. उसके बाद में 10 दिन के बाद में वो हैच होने के बाद में उसमें छोटे छोटे क्या निकलते हैं, कैटरपिलर्स या वर्म्स निकलते हैं. दे ईट कंटिन्यूसली फॉर अबाउट 6 वीक एंड गेन वेट. और वो कंटिन्यूली फिर वो मलबेरी लीव्स को क्या करते हैं, सप्ते तक कंटिन्यू 6 वीक तक वो कंटिन्यूली मलबेरी लीव्स को फीड करते रहते हैं, खाते रहते हैं और अपने बॉडी के वेट को बढ़ाते गेन करते हैं. They grow up to the 3 inches long and took like a worms with white green skin. और फिर after continue eating the 6 month on the mulberry trees or leaves, they became what 3 inch in a long and that look like a worms that became a white green in color. A small bones on the back side of their bodies. The back and the fully grown worms start spinning the silk for its cocoon before turning into the pupa. Means pupa बनने से पहले जो एक worms होता है that start to spinning what silk. और वो क्या silk को कैसे spinning करता है, वो अपने head को बैक एंड फ्रो यानी ऊपर नीचे ऊपर नीचे इस तरह से मूव करता रहता है, जिसके कारण क्या होता है it forms like a cocoon by the spinning. So this process is called what spinning. So the worms secretes a liquid that solidifies into the silk fibers on the exposure to the air. और जैसे उसके मुंह से ये जो एक तरह से liquid material रिलीज होता है, secrete होता है, when it comes in contact with the air and exposure to the air, it becomes water. It forms a thread like a stitches or a fiber. The worms moves its head back and forth. कि अपने हेड को जो है ऊपर नीचे बैक एंड फोर्थ जो है वो मूव करता रहता है. एंड टू अलाउ दिस फाइबर टू गॉट अराउंड इट्स बॉडी एंड दैट्स व्हाई द सिल्क एंड द कोकून मेकिंग प्रोसेस इज नोन एज अ स्पाइनिंग. और वही इस तरह से वर्क करके वो अपने पूरे बॉडी को कोट कर देता है. ओके, सो दिस प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड व्हाट स्पाइनिंग. द worms must spins around the 3 lakhs times to make the cocoons. यानी एक कोकून को बनाने में लगभग 3 लाख टाइम्स वो अपने हेड को अप एंड डाउन बैक एंड फोर्थ मूव करता रहता है, विच टेक्स अबाउट 8 days टू कंप्लीट. मीन्स एक कोकून बनाने में ऑलमोस्ट 8 days लग जाते हैं. Then next, the pupa transforms into the moths and emerge from the cocoons after the 3 weeks. Means the pupa transform into the moths and emerge from the cocoon after the 3 week. 3 week के बाद में वो ट्रांसफॉर्म होकर एक सिल्क जो मॉथ है वो से इमर्ज करता है. As adults, the moths are about the 2 inches across the wing tip to the wing tip. The wings are white with the brown markings across the wing. Each moth has 4 wings covered in the tiny scales. The male and the female moths mate and lay eggs. The moths do not eat and die soon after the mating. And the moths do not eat and die soon after the mating. Means after the mating, this mating is the last stage of the silk moth. Means after the mating, the silk moth become die without eating anything. So that mating is the last stage of their life. Now next we discuss more about sericulture. This is what this is nothing but sericulture. So as I told you that this sericulture means the production of the silk worms for the silk production on the large scale is called what sericulture. So sericulture is the rearing of a silkworm. It begins with the hatching of a silk eggs. Sorry, excuse me. The eggs must stay between the 25 degrees Celsius to the 30 degrees Celsius. This time so 25 to 30, 25 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. इस बीच में टेम्परेचर जो है वो होना चाहिए 30 to 31. It trade with the high humidity. As they hatch, each of the tiny creatures must be carefully moved to the circular flat and bamboo tree and then fed with the fresh mulberry leaves. Several times a day, from the moment they emerge, they start eating with such enthusiasm that one can hear them constantly chewing. The worms are protected by the wrapping the trays in a homespun cotton. और उसको फिर कॉटन में अपन क्या करते हैं, वो कॉटन में रैप करके रखते हैं, उनको प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए उस ट्रे के अंदर. द न्यूली बॉर्न सिल्क इट्स ओनली द mulberry leaves एंड फ्रूट्स. की जो न्यूली बॉर्न जो silk moth, so they eat only what mulberry leaves or either it's a fruits. There are the times of the years when the mulberry leaves are not around. Continued food shortage can be decreases then the quality of the silk lettuce makes a good substitute. दैन धीरे धीरे क्या होता है फिर पूरे ईयर तक तो ये मलबेरी लीव्स नहीं हो पाती है, इसकी पौधा नहीं होता, तो फिर मलबेरी के शॉर्टेज में क्या होता है इसकी क्वालिटी भी क्या हो जाती है धीरे धीरे डिक्रीज हो जाती है. बट lettuce, this lettuce is a good substitute for this mulberry leaves or food for the water silk moth. By the fourth week, the largest of the silkworms are removed from their feeding trays and they are inserted in a specially woven circular bamboo scaffoldings, which will make the cocoons more uniform in the shape and easier to collect. So this is all what about this silk production or about the sericulture. Now see this second paragraph. Once the worms are completely sealed within a yellow cocoon, the trays are removed, taking care not to damage them. यानी जब उस ट्रे के अंदर बिल्कुल कोकून से येलो कलर में हो जाते हैं तो उस ट्रे को रिमूव कर दिया जाता है ताकि अब और ज़्यादा हो तो क्या होगा वो कोकून से डैमेज हो सकते हैं. द एंटायर प्रोसेस फ्रॉम द सिल्क वर्म्स एक्ट्स टू कंप्लीट कोकून टेक्स अबाउट द 25 days. मीन्स स्टार्ट से लेकर लास्ट तक ऑलमोस्ट इट टेक्स अबाउट हाउ मच 25 days. इस सेरिकल्चर की प्रोसेस में ऑलमोस्ट 25 days का टाइम पीरियड लगता है. सिल्क वर्म्स ट्रांसफॉर्म themselves inside the cocoons into the moth. Most of the cocoons are used for the next steps in the silk making, but some of them leaves the cocoons as a moth. The males and a small one will die once the matting is done. As I told you that after the matting, this male ones will die, so that the mating is the last stage of their life. While the females will stick around to lay about the 200 to 300 eggs. लेकिन जो फीमेल होती है वो ऑलमोस्ट स्टिक करके ऑलमोस्ट इट गिव्स और लेज 200 to 300 eggs. The silk from the silkworms comprises the fibers the worms use to create their cocoons before the transforming into the moth. So this is all about water. Just you go through this paragraph with the help of your textbook. Now next we are going to the last topic from the cocoon to silk. So in that first we discuss about the fiber extraction. This reeling. Reeling is a process by which we can extract the fiber from the cocoons or silk moth. The silk fibers are harvested from the cocoons by the harvesting with the steam. यानी जो steam के थ्रू उसको क्या किया जाता है एक्सट्रैक्ट किया जाता है, हार्वेस्टेड किया जाता है सिल्क मॉथ को. दिस सेपरेट्स द फाइबर्स बाय द डिसॉल्विंग द गम होल्डिंग द सिल्क फाइबर्स टुगेदर. दिस गम इज कॉल्ड सेरिसिन्स. द प्रोसेस ऑफ टेकिंग आउट द फाइबर फ्रॉम द कोकून फॉर यूज एज ए सिल्क इज कॉल्ड रीलिंग. सो रीलिंग इज a process. Okay, so reeling is the process of removing the fibers from the cocoons for the use is called for the use of a silk is called what reeling. So reeling means by the process of reeling the extraction of this silk is taken place from the silk moth or from the cocoon. Okay. So now how can it is done? So reeling is done by the special machines which is unwind the threads or the fibers of the silk from the cocoon. So this reeling can be done by the special machines. Then the silk filaments are too fine for the commercial productions. Several strands are welded together in a length of are to 300 to 600 meters. कि फिर इसके जो स्ट्रैंड्स होते हैं, धागे होते हैं छोटे, उनको एक साथ में क्या किया जाता है, एक लाइन के जो होते हैं उसको रील किया जाता है, एंड इट्स बिकेम मे बी 300 to 600 meters in a long. Finally, the welded the filaments are wound into the skeins, which are the bundled into the bales and shipped to silk mills. Okay, फिर उनको फाइनली इकट्ठा करके एक बंडल के फॉर्म में बनाया जाता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड बेल्स एंड सिपेट्स. देन डाइंग मीन्स आफ्टर द वॉशिंग एंड रिमूविंग द गम there is a bleaching process before the dyeing. All stages dyeing is gives the various different types of the colors to the water silk. Okay, means एक बार वॉशिंग हो जाने के बाद में उसमें से गम या डर्ट को रिमूव करने के बाद में भी गिव वाटर द डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ कलर टू द दिस silk. All stages of the process are usually performed by the women of the village. Spinning, the fibers are then spun into the long threads. Spinning is a process of what this fibers is spun into the long threads, यानी उसको स्पिनिंग करके लंबे लंबे उससे धागे बनाना, थ्रेड्स बनाना. दिस इज कॉल्ड व्हाट स्पिनिंग. स्पिनिंग व्हील आर यूज्ड फॉर द अनवाइंडिंग गाइड्स सिल्क स्कीन्स onto the bobbins, और फिर स्पिनिंग करके उनको बोबिन्स के ऊपर जो है वो बेंड किया जाता है, एंड wrapping process is done here. Even today, despite a wide range, the new technique, the traditional spinning mills are also used now. कि आज जो है मॉडर्न टाइम में बहुत मशीन्स के थ्रू काम होता है, लेकिन फिर भी जो दिस स्पिनिंग प्रोसेस इज कैन बाय द ट्रेडिशनल मेथड्स और ओल्ड और एशियन मेथड्स बाय यूजिंग द स्पिनिंग व्हील. जो गांधी जैसा चरखा होता था उसकी तरह वो व्हील होता है. Then weaving is done by the traditional weavers. जो पुराने जुलाहा या weavers होते थे उनके द्वारा इसकी weaving की जाती है. The final silk is made by the women working on the family owned looms in their homes. But आज जो है आज के टाइम में मोस्टली क्या आ गया, पावर लूम्स आ गए. पहले लूम्स जो घर पे ही जो है वो हद करके का काम चला जाता था, लेकिन अब जो है वो पावर लूम्स हो गए. ठीक है, जो मशीन्स इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के द्वारा रन किया जाती है. द सिल्क थ्रेड्स इज ऑल्सो वोवन इनटू द फैब्रिक यूजिंग द हैंड और द पावर लूम्स एट द मिल्स. देन एसोसिएटेड हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम्स मीन्स व्हाट टाइप ऑफ एसोसिएटेड हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम्स. Means what type of the health problems by which the people are suffering who work in the field of this silk. The workers employed in the sericultures and the wool industries are affected by a number of diseases. So mostly the diseases by which the people are suffered who work in this field, the field of the wool or in the field of the silk. So in that mostly this is respiratory problems. First one is respiratory problems, and second one is called what shorter disease. So these are the two different type of problems by which the people are suffered who engaged with this silk or wool factory or industries. Now first the respiratory problems. The inhalations of the vapors that arises from the cocoons undergoing the steaming and cooking process causes the respiratory problems and asthma. As you know that कि silk worm को production extraction में अपन cocoons को जो है वो steam में और गर्म पानी में उसको डालते हैं, तो उस steaming और cooking process के दौरान the pupils are inhaled some the vapors. So due to the water they suffer from the problems of this asthma. Solder disease, the workers employed in the wool industry sometimes get infected by the anthrax. This anthrax is a bacterial disease. Anthrax, and this is a bacterial disease. This anthrax is a bacterial disease. So that leads to the fatal blood cancer disease called the Solder disease. और धीरे धीरे ये जो है एंथ्रैक्स जो है बैक्टीरियम डिजीज जो धीरे धीरे इट्स बिकम वेरी फेटल एंड इट convert or change into water the blood cancer which is called water Solder disease. So many textile machines have the high noise levels and therefore can इसके अलावा इनके अलावा दूसरी भी बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स है क्योंकि इसमें बहुत सारी मशीनरीज और लूम्स होते हैं, पावर लूम्स होते हैं जो काफ़ी साउंड प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. तो पीपल्स कैन बी कॉजेज द हियरिंग प्रॉब्लम्स, टेम्पररी डिफनेस, बहरापन भी हो सकता है. स्किन इन्फेक्शंस आर ऑल्सो कॉमन इशू विद द वर्कर्स बिकॉज बार बार उनको कोकुन्स वाले पानी में हाथ डालना पड़ता है और स्किन की प्रॉब्लम्स होती है और इन्फेक्शन का चांस रहता है. सो इशू विद द वर्कर्स who needed to constantly dip their hands in a boiling water. The blisters and the peelings of the skins are commonly seen और मोस्टली बेचारे फिर वो गर्म पानी में हाथ डालने के बाद उनके स्किन पे ब्लिस्टर्स हो जाते हैं, फफोले भी हो जाते हैं, पीलिंग भी हो जाती है, चमड़ी भी जो है वो बिल्कुल से लूज के निकलने लग जाती है. तो ये सब प्रॉब्लम्स है जिससे वो लोग सफ़र करते जो सिल्क इंडस्ट्री में या फिर वूल फैक्ट्री में, वूल इंडस्ट्री में या वूल के एरिया में काम करते हैं. सो नाउ दिस इज अबाउट दिस our fourth chapter about the silk and life history of silk, what the building process and health hazards problems related to the people who are working in the field of wool and silk. So dear student, I hope you understood well that all these things. Please everybody, once you go through the textbook, after that if you have feel any doubt, any difficulties, you can ask to me without any hesitation. So once again, thank you. Have a nice day.